So the first person I'm going to invite to the panel is the founder of Global Mix, Miss Mary Thatcher. Yes. How you doing, Mary? Yes. Next person that I will invite to the panel is the creator of Rap City and Alvin Jones Communication, Mr. Alvin Jones. All right. Next person that I will be inviting here is producer, media executive extraordinaire, Terry Jervis. And last but not least, a hometown person we're going to invite here is also an artist and an entrepreneur, an activist, Mr. Vic Mensa. Clap it up. Yo. What's going on? Chilling. Let everybody get settled. Thank you for that, brother. So again, we're here to speak about blurred lines, and what's really unique about this panel is that we have a panel full of multi-hyphenates. So they do everything. And so really the question is, in this world where everyone has a gift, right? But what's unique about this is that everybody just doesn't have one gift. We have a variety of gifts. So I want to go up and down the panel, I guess starting with Alvin and come around to just give a quick 30-second quip about some of the things that you do, and we'll just work our way around the room.
All right. Well, first of all, shout out to Troy for this amazing festival. Troy interviewed me when we were doing the press for the documentary Welcome to Rap City, and from that point on, we've been like this, and I've been begging him to be here. So this is the second year. It's amazing. I want to be here next year and years after that. What I've been doing over the years is just moving to different things. In 2006, we did a thing with Microsoft that was called New Media. That's when we first put video online. We did interviews with Jamie Foxx, cast with Grey's Anatomy, Alicia Keys. We had Chris Brown, but at that time, Microsoft didn't think he was big enough. And it was interesting because now you can see stuff in 4K, where back then, because the bandwidth was so small, it's like 320 by 240. So now I'm working with some partners of mine. We're working with creators to help them along the way. If you're a songwriter or a publisher, we want you to help you get your catalog together so you can know what your catalog's worth. We're working with new films, and it being a hyphen, the music that you heard was a song that I wrote, and it's working with this new label called Purpleberry Jams, and we got a new song coming out with a great writer, and he has this lady from Chicago named Shaka Khan that's going to be on the song. And I got it in my phone if y'all want to hear it a little later.
My name is Terry Jervis, and I'm here really because of Troy Pryor, so I want to thank you. Reggie Maynard, is director of Luster International. You see these goodie bags here. They're sponsoring
The Luster Company, yeah.
A man called Clarence Avon, the Black Godfather, Pittsburgh. He was my very close friend of 35 years. We spoke every day, and I helped basically launch these big artists to the world, and then he became the chairman of Motown and asked me to come over and help run Break Motown internationally. Most of the rap artists you know today, before MTV was playing it, before BT, I was putting it out through London back into the US. Because you got to remember, there was a time when MTV wouldn't play black music, there was no BET, and ABC, NBC, CBS would not put you on prime time. And I was doing that way before, because they didn't know I was black, because I don't sound. And in those days, it was telephone calls. But also it was the power of the global broadcast of the BBC and all the other radio stations. In fact, black radio wasn't playing hip hop when I was playing hip hop on radio. And so I had to convince them, because I also controlled television and radio, and I had an audience of 4.5 billion viewers worldwide. So I I had the power.
That's beat with a beat, building.
So, you know, if you look at the all-time great albums, and one of them being It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, Public Enemy, when you see my name on the credits, all those live recordings are mine. And Def Jam had to come to London for me to bring it back to the US, because they couldn't do that here. So I ended up working in Hollywood, and New York, Washington, for the last 40 years, back and forth. Concord was around at that time too, so it made it easy. And that's why I'm here today, because it's not about me, it's about you. So one thing I've always said is my career was made successful because of the gift that Black America gave to the world. You don't recognize it yourselves, but I'm a product of it. I might sound British, you might say tomato. No, you say tomato. You say water, and I say water. You say root. No, I say root, you say route.
We say elevator, you say lift. We say L train, you say tube.
Right.
He's been to London.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me.
Thank you for that.
My name is Vic Mensa. I was invited here by my dear friend Michael Brontier. First and foremost, I'm a writer, songwriter, music producer. I'm a cannabis entrepreneur in the legal cannabis market here in Illinois. And more recently, I've started acting on a show called The Chi and another show called Bel Air.
Yes.
Those are some of the things I do. I'm from this neighborhood, Hyde Park, so it's a joy to be here.
Yes. It's on you, Mary.
My name is Mary Datcher, and I am the founder of Global Mix Music and Film Forum and Global Mix Media Group. Currently, I'm the Vice President of Communications for a full-service public affairs firm called APS and Associates, and I want to give a shout out to Troy for inviting me to be here, and I'm so proud of what he has accomplished here, and just bringing all of you all out, because I know how hard that effort is, especially in our hometown of Chicago. My journey started when I was 15, and I started actually in junior achievement. I'm a West Side native, West Side. And I have love for the South Side. I'm a South Side resident now, but I started there and working at WBCI, and kind of like transitioning to doing an internship there, which really allowed me to see what I wanted to do in life. When everyone else was pretty much trying to decide what they wanted to do, what their major was in college, I knew that I wanted to be in the music industry. How did that look? I wanted to be in programming. I didn't want to be on the air. I wanted to be a programmer because I had some of the best people in the game to teach me and show me the options out there. And at the time, we, growing up, especially on the West Side, you didn't have a lot of your role models, not at least the ones that you want to admit that they're role models. And I had some beautiful role models, from record company executives who would come up there begging for their music to be played, to distribution company, branch managers. We had the first Black branch manager in the entire country, Ben Sheets, who was the person that ran all the labels underneath Universal Music Distribution. He was probably one of my first bosses in the business. And from there, I decided to run my own street marketing company. One of the first Black women in the country to do that at the age of 19. And so, just like my man here, he was talking about him really breaking barriers in London and being that point person to introduce so much of Black American music to London. I was one of the first to introduce hip hop on a commercial level and college level to Chicago. So a lot of what you hear, I'm not talking about underground, I'm not talking about B-Boy, B-Girl, I'm talking about Wu-Tang Clan's first 2 joints. I'm talking about the Roots' first 2 albums. I'm talking about Erykah Badu's beginning, On and On. That was me breaking that. The streets are so important, and DJs are even more important in terms of understanding organically how music grew. And part of that was me working house music. because I was a club kid, and I knew the power of that, and I turned that into a business. And from that point on, I turned what I knew from the streets, working with 300 plus record companies, into working with corporate companies to understand the dichotomy of Black youth. And that took me to working with Nike, and M&M Mars, and Coca-Cola, and Target, and HBO, and Gentle Hair Treatment, and Diageo, and working a lot with, you know, the tobacco brands, and then the anti-tobacco brands, and the list went on. The blurred lines is that all that I've done on the music industry side has prepared me to not only produce major events around the country and here, but it also prepared me to be one of the leading Black journalists in the country and managing editor of the Chicago Defender.
Yes,
that
yes.
led me to understanding the political realm, which my dad pretty much brought me in on, but I hated it, because I hated what Chicago politics looked like growing up. But I found myself in it all over again. And that led me to being more politically savvy and doing a lot more political campaigning for very different clients. That initially led to being the district director for Congressman Bobby Rush, and then helping to transition Congressman Jonathan Jackson in his new seat. And from that point on, last May, I became a VP of one of the leading Black women-led firms in the Midwest. And we have some amazing clients from Governor Pritzker, to Brandon Johnson, to Bally's, to the Chicago Bears, to Instacart. You name it, we have some of the leading brands. And I'm right now leading the charge on overseeing the Chicago Vendor and Talent Pop-Up and podcasts and some of the media for the Democratic National Convention.
Yes, yes.
Those are the blurred lines that we are going to discuss, that transition phase, that reinvention, that redetermination, that redefining line that allows you to not be stuck in one particular lane.
Yes, I love that. Thank you for that, Mary.